Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy James from What's Your Forte, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about a mistake I just recently made on my tire setup that's currently on my car. Let's get it. All right, guys, so as you can see right here, car's looking really good. And I think the stance right now, how everything looks, is perfect, but there is an issue. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what I'm running. So on the front right here, I'm running 275, 35, 19. And on the rear, you check out all that meat right there, I'm running 295, 35, 19. The rear tires are Continental Extreme Contact DWs, and the fronts are Michelin Pilot Super Sports, which you guys can see right there. So what's really going on? What's really going on is I'm getting some rubbing. Now, these wheels, I'm not 100% sure to offset because I did buy them from Thick F30, which a lot of you guys probably seen his channel. Make sure to go subscribe to that. But I did buy them off him. So from my understanding, the fronts are 19 by 9.5 and the rear is 19 by 10.5. But I'm not 100% sure the offsets. So when I went with this aggressive front setup, I thought it was going to work. It fits well, and as y'all can see here as I step back, I mean, it just fits and looks perfect. But there is an issue. I am getting some rubbing. All right, guys, so what was happening was as I was taking turns on the highway, I was getting the traction light popping on all the time. So initially I thought, man, maybe it's just, the new tires, they just got to break in. Maybe you got to get that newness off of them, And then I started noticing it over and over again. Even after I let the tires warm up, I still was noticing. So I thought, man, did these tires suck that bad? And I was like, man, they can't. I said, I've heard lots of good things about the Continentals, man. So then I started looking. I parked my car one day, just started looking. Then I started taking hard. I just started turning the wheel hard left and hard right. And once I started doing that, then I figured what the issue was, because I started hearing some noises in the front end of the car. And I was like, that's not a natural noise, man. So what I did was, actually, let me go ahead and show y'all exactly what it's doing and where it's rubbing at. All right, guys, so as y'all can see right here, the camera's focused on this part of the wheel, and where it's rubbing is right in this area. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in the car, I'm gonna turn the wheel, and hopefully I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more so you guys can move the camera a little bit, and so you guys can really see where it's rubbing when I'm turning the wheel. So let me back out just a little bit. And I know it's gonna be a little tough, but I'm gonna turn the wheel and leave it, and I'm gonna show you exactly where it's rubbing. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the wheel now. All right, so the wheel is turned all the way, and it's pushing this fender in right here. So I'm not able to run this setup with the way it is, with it pushing against this fender, because as I take turns and they hits that fender, my traction light comes on, because the car thinks the wheels are losing traction because it's got resistance. So that's where it's rubbing on this setup with this offset. This offset is kind of aggressive on the front end. So if you was on the stock wheels, I think you'll be fine. But with this setup, with these wheels, I can't run the 275, 35, 19 up front. So that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna have to put my stock tires back on, which I kept, and I'm gonna have to figure it out. I think eventually I'll be able to go with a 265, 35. But for right now, I gotta put my 255, 35s back on until I figure it out. All right, guys, so as y'all saw right there, it's rubbing right there as soon as I turn the wheel all the way over. So, yeah, man, it sucks. I really like the way it looks. Like I said, I'm gonna put my 255s on for the time being. I'll measure that off once I put the 255s on to make sure the 265s will fit before I go out and buy some 265 tires, man. So I got these 275s Michelins for free. So it doesn't really hurt me too much. I got them for free. I wanted to make sure they fit. I thought they fit. I test fitted them before he drove off. And yeah, it just didn't work out, man. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Thread Connection. Chris over at Thread Connection, definitely coming today. He's on his way actually right now, and he's gonna be putting my stocks back on. He the one that put these tires on and got me the Continentals in the rear, man. So I'll be putting his information down below. Special shout out to him, man. Definitely, if you're in the Charlotte metro area and you got some tires you need to put on, definitely hit him up, man. Matter of fact, I shot a little cinematic sequence for him and his business, and I'll be playing that right now. Hope y'all enjoy that, and once we come back from that cinematic sequence, you'll be able to see these tires I got back on. I'm running Firehawk Indy 500s, 255, 35, 19 on the front. Those are tires I had on the front before, I'll be putting those back on for the time being, all right? So y'all enjoy the cinematic sequence, and I'll catch with y'all after that's finished. All right, everyone, so now the 255 35 19s are put back on, and you can just see how much less space that they take up, man. I mean, now that I had those other tires on, these just seem way too small, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure these off and make sure I can go with the 265s with this offset, which I think I should be. I mean, these tires are like significantly smaller than the other tires, so I definitely think I should be able to run 265 safely. So yeah, man, so got those switched out so I don't have any rubbing issues. It just sucks for right now because that fitment and everything was so perfect. Right now, the wheel gap, that's not the actual all the time wheel gap. You know, he did just jack the car up and put those tires on, so that's why it looks a little inflated right now. As it settles, it'll be a little bit lower, but it still is not, doesn't fit as well as the other setup did. So as of right now, this is what I got to go with until I can figure out what 265s I want to go with. And then also make sure that they'll fit, man. But yeah, man, I just want to share this video with y'all so y'all make the same mistake I did. So I got these Michelins right over there. Got to find them a new home because I can't use them. So, but that's today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed this, man. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.